Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're gonna be going over 6 accessories under $100. Some of them have to do with lighting, some of them just have to do with an accessory for the camera itself. But yeah, so stay tuned for the last one because it is my favorite. The first accessory that I bring with me on almost every shoot is gonna be a super clamp. One here is from Newer, and I believe it's 45 bucks from Amazon. I also have a magic arm attached to it because I was just testing out the Nikon Z8 on some test shots yesterday that I actually attached this magic arm onto my bike itself, and I used 2 of these to attach to the bike frame in the back side close to the wheel. And basically what it was doing, it was just moving wherever my bike was, giving you like a POV type of style of angle with the Nikon Z8. And I also use these for my lighting. If we're doing like a gym shoot or just a shoot in general and you don't have a light stand with you, you can simply just attach this or screw this onto some piece of metal or a pole. But I feel like this kind of setup gives you a little bit more of a clear looking setup instead of having light stands like a black or silver light stand in your shot. This kind of lets you go a little bit more of a cleaner setup, just because you don't have the light stand on the ground and they aren't going to be in the shot. You're just going to have the light there. This is going to grab onto whatever you attach this to. Now, for an example, I did attach this to like a dumbbell rack or a squat rack, for an example. I was able to put my light into a spot where I wasn't actually able to put a light stand. So I would highly recommend picking up a couple of these super clamps. They are heavy duty and they can hold a lot of weight. Now, I'm not too sure on the weight that this one can hold, but it held up my Nikon Z8 with a 20 mil and all my lights practically in all the videos that I've been shooting with. The second item we're gonna be talking about is the magic arm with the ball head. Now, I picked this up when I was using my FX3 with the top handle that had the NATO rail mount on top of the top handle. And I was able to mount and slide this onto my top handle. And then I was able to attach my monitor. But you can use this for so many different functions, or even holding things up, or even if you don't have like an accessory to put a monitor, all you have to do is just buy a NATO rail, attach that NATO rail to your camera cage, and then you're able to clamp this onto the NATO rail. You don't have a mounting option for your camera, and if you do have a cage, you can simply use this, because most cages nowadays for cameras have a built-in NATO system into the cage, and you can just simply slide this on the side and then you can attach your monitor without going with like a monitor mount, because sometimes I just feel like those can't really hold up a certain amount of weight depending on the monitor you're using, or if you're going for a certain type of angle. With this, the ball head, all you have to do is loosen this little piece here and you can angle this in any way as possible. This magic arm with the ball head is going for $44 on Amazon, made by Smallrig. So the third item I want to talk about in this video is the Smallrig Vmount plate. This goes for $44 on Amazon. Now, the reason why I ended up picking this up instead of an actual V-mount plate for my camera is I just feel like those V-mount plates are a little bit bulky and they have to be attached underneath the camera. And most of the time I have like a tripod plate attached to that. So I decided to go with this. It's actually a lot cheaper than most V-mount plates. It's a lot smaller, very easy to mount. The cool thing about this V-mount plate is that it actually has like a hot shoe built in, so you can basically slide it on top of any camera or a cage that you have, and then you're able to slide the actual V-mount battery on top. Even though this is not made for the situation that I use it for, it still works. This is actually made for the DJI gimbal. This actually has a hot shoe underneath that you can slide onto top of your camera or your cage, and it has a locking switch right here, which a little piece comes up, basically allows this to stay in place and not move, and then you can just mount your V-mount plate right inside here. I find this to be a lot sleeker, a lot smaller, a lot more portable if you are running a camera that has a V-mount, or in my situation, if you're a run and gun filmmaker and you just need some extra juice for an extra shot or something, and you don't have like a power bank or anything like that, but you do have a V-mount battery, you can just attach this to your cage, slap on your V-mount plate, and then just get a USB-C cable or D-tap cable or whatever you will need for your current setup. You have on-the-go V-mount plate set up for your camera. Okay, the fourth option I want to talk about is these very sleek, thin XLR cables by Alvin's cables. These are $52 on Amazon. Currently, I picked this up when I was using my FX3 and needed like a boom or shotgun microphone. Now, most XLR cables are pretty thick and don't come in the proper size that you need, and sometimes it just becomes a little bit more bulky. Now, the reason why I like these Alvin's cables is because, as you can tell, it's basically just like a string with XLR on both sides. As if we were to compare it to a normal XLR cable, those cables are pretty thick. Sometimes it can become a little bit of a pain to hook up to your camera and to the boom, just because of the angle you have to attach the end XLR part to your boom mic. These are very easy, portable, and durable as well. It's basically like a string with an XLR, and these are pretty cheap for the quality that you're getting. So for 52 bucks, you get like almost like a foot long cable. And I've used this on my FX3, no problem whatsoever. Of course, I love these cables. So now the fourth item that I use all the time, and if you are a subscriber to this channel, you know I love using practicals in my shots or in my YouTube videos. And those practicals, I use these Sylvania light bulbs, which are RGB. Now, I did pick these up at the dollar store, I would say over a year ago. They've been working just fine for the amount of time I've been using these. It also comes with an app that is an amazing app, very easy to use. I picked these up for $10 at the dollar store. I just feel like you can't beat the price for what the quality of these Sylvania RGB light bulbs are giving you. Now, I got 3 in the pack. I currently use all 3 in my little studio here. That, you know, like I said, if you guys are new to this channel, I love using practicals, and I bring these with me all the time. You basically have to set these up on a Wi-Fi, and then you're able to control the whole RGB lighting technology that these little light bulbs have. I would highly recommend picking up some RGB bulbs if you are shooting with a lot of practicals. They will save you time, especially if they come with an app that you are able to use. Now, the last item I would like to talk about in this video is going to be not so much of an accessory for your camera, your DSLR, or your mirrorless camera, but it's an accessory for a type of camera. And now that's gonna be this Telsin neck strap magnetic mount. I've used this for so many types of videos, especially for like behind the scenes for this YouTube channel. It just allows me to get those type of shots that are very cool, POV style. The magnet is super strong. It came with 2 other magnet strips. You wrap it around your neck like this, and then I have the magnet mount on my camera already. You can hear how strong that magnet is, and then you're able to angle this however way you want. Now, if you're shooting a video and you don't have anyone there to help you shoot, like behind the scenes or something, this Telsin neck strap magnet mount for your iPhone or Android is gonna save you a lot of time, especially if you're trying to get a certain type of behind the scenes shot. You're able to bend this in any way as possible, and then, you know, putting this in a YouTube video or something just gives you that extra type of look for your behind the scenes videos. All right, that's it for this video. If you guys like these 6 items that are under $100, let me know in the comments below. I'll put links for most of these items in the description if you guys are interested in picking some of these up. I do not make any money with these links or Amazon whatsoever. I wanted to make a video talking about some of my most used accessories that are in the cheaper budget. That's it for this video. We'll see you guys on the next one.